93% of men act completely blind when it comes to attraction. They rely on assumptions, cliches, and advice that was outdated before they ever heard it, trying to figure out what women actually want through guesswork and trial and error that never quite produces what they were hoping for. The result is always the same: confusion, missed opportunities, silent rejections they never fully understood. But what about the remaining 7%? What do they understand that most men never quite grasp? This group does not operate through manipulation or game playing. They operate through awareness. They understand the system, the actual psychological and biological system that governs female attraction, and they navigate it accordingly. Not because they are smarter or more naturally gifted, because they learned something most men were never taught. Today we are going into that 7%. 11 psychological truths about women that most men have genuinely never encountered. These are not tricks or tactics. They are principles that shape attraction, connection, and genuine desire at a level that goes far beneath the surface of ordinary dating advice. The first truth completely defies what most men would expect. Women fall in love through smell. This is not metaphorical. This is biological. Research has found that women have significantly more neurons dedicated to the olfactory system than men. Nearly 50% more in some studies. When a woman is drawn to a man's natural scent, it is communicating something her conscious mind has no direct access to: genetic compatibility, immune system differences, biological alignment that evolution has been selecting for across millennia. Her subconscious attraction intensifies based on something she cannot see, cannot analyze, and cannot fully explain. That is why a clean, subtle, authentic fragrance, one that works with your natural chemistry rather than drowning it, carries more weight in those first moments of proximity than any clever thing you could possibly say. Her nose is doing an assessment her brain has not yet caught up with. The second truth is that women are deeply attracted to men who hold clear personal boundaries. Most men misunderstand what boundaries actually communicate. They assume boundaries create distance or coldness, that they make a man seem unavailable or difficult. The psychological reality is the opposite. A man with genuine, clearly held boundaries communicates self-respect and internal stability. He does not chase. He does not beg for validation. He does not adjust who he is based on whether someone approves. He connects from a place of completeness rather than from a place of need. And that completeness creates something profound in the interaction. She does not have to manage your emotional state. She does not have to be careful about you. She is free to simply be around you without the weight of your need pressing against her. That freedom is what allows genuine attraction to develop. Boundaries are not about being inaccessible. They are about being genuinely difficult to disturb. The third truth is that women often feel attraction long before they show it. This one is critical, and most men completely misread it. Many women will not consciously register or act on their romantic interest until they have sensed that interest coming from you first. Not because they are playing games, but because open rejection carries real social and emotional risk. So they communicate through signals rather than declarations. They hint rather than state. They create proximity, hold eye contact a fraction longer, find reasons to continue conversations. Your role in this dynamic is not to interrogate or force clarity. It is to observe and respond with calm, grounded confidence. The woman who seems uncertain is frequently not uncertain about her interest. She is uncertain about whether it is safe to show it. The fourth truth is pre-selection, and understanding it changes how you carry yourself in social situations. Women are subconsciously more attracted to men who are already valued by other women. This is not a flaw in female psychology. It is a biological shortcut the brain uses to assess social value. If others who have the same perspective and information find this person worth their time and attention, that signals something real. The practical implication is not to pretend you are desired or to perform popularity. It is to build a genuinely fulfilling social life. To be the kind of man who values the people around him and is valued in return. When you carry yourself as someone embedded in a real social world, someone with friendships, connections, women who enjoy your company as friends and as people, attraction arises in others naturally, without any need for performance. The fifth truth is that playful teasing from a woman is almost never what it appears to be on the surface. When a woman teases you lightly, when she challenges something you said, gently mocks a choice you made, or tests you with a playful provocation. She is not being unkind. She is running an assessment. She wants to know whether you will crumble, get defensive, or need to explain yourself. She is checking the stability of your inner foundation. The correct response is never defensiveness and never over-explanation. It is to meet her energy with calm, warm, slightly amused confidence. To play along, to smile and give as good as you get without any trace of anxiety. What could have been a test becomes a moment of genuine connection because you demonstrated that your sense of self is not fragile, that it does not require her approval to remain intact. The sixth truth is that her primary language is almost entirely nonverbal. Words are the surface layer of what is actually being communicated in any interaction. Is her body oriented toward you or angled away? Does her eye contact linger slightly longer than the conversation strictly requires? Is there a casual, almost accidental brush of physical contact that she does not immediately create distance from? These are not accidents or coincidences. They are her conscious mind allowing her subconscious interest to express itself in the ways available to it before she is ready to say anything directly. The man who learns to read this language stops guessing entirely. He stops analyzing words for hidden meaning because he is reading the message that was always more honest. The seventh truth is that specific, intentional appreciation is one of the most powerful tools available to a man who understands connection, not generic compliments delivered on autopilot. Specific observations made with genuine attention. The particular way she articulated a complex thought. A detail of her appearance she clearly made a deliberate choice about. The specific thing she did that demonstrated something real about who she is. When you notice these things and name them accurately, you're communicating something that goes far deeper than flattery. You are communicating, I was actually paying attention to you specifically. I am not saying this to produce a reaction. I noticed it because you are worth noticing. That quality of attention is extraordinarily rare. And it builds intimacy faster than almost anything else. The eighth truth is that emotional connection is the actual gateway, and physical attraction is frequently its consequence rather than its cause. For most women, the sequence of attraction does not begin with physical appearance and end with emotional connection. It moves in the other direction. Emotional security, intellectual alignment, the experience of being genuinely seen and understood. These create a context in which physical attraction deepens and intensifies. You build this not through performing interest, but through expressing it genuinely. Ask about the meaning behind what she shares, not just the surface facts. Listen to understand rather than to respond. Be curious about her interior world, her perspective, her reasoning, the things that actually matter to her. This is how you stop being one option among many and become something she finds herself returning to. The ninth truth is that her close friendships are not background noise. They are an active part of how she evaluates you. The people she trusts most are her advisors. They see things she sometimes cannot see. They remember what she told them about you before she knew how things would go. Building a genuinely respectful relationship with the people who matter to her is not about performing for an audience. It demonstrates something she is watching for without necessarily knowing she is watching for it. Social intelligence, the ability to operate well in contexts beyond the one she shares with you, and the awareness that she exists within a social world rather than in isolation from it. The 10th truth is that early investment should be calibrated to actual interest, not to the possibility of interest at a significant number of people, across all genders, will accept social situations for reasons that have nothing to do with genuine connection. The most effective early encounters are those that require modest investment from both sides while creating real opportunity for authentic chemistry to reveal itself. A walk, a coffee, something that allows two people to actually experience each other without the pressure of significant stakes on either side. This naturally filters genuine interest from convenience. The person who is there for you specifically will show up for something simple. The person who required an expensive context to appear is rarely there for you at all. The 11th truth ties everything together. The 7% do not simply know more information than everyone else. They carry a fundamentally different orientation toward interaction. They are not trying to produce a specific outcome. They are genuinely present, genuinely curious, and genuinely comfortable with whoever they are in the interaction, without needing anyone to confirm that for them. That quality of presence, that authentic groundedness, is what makes everything else on this list possible. Because you cannot apply any of these truths effectively from a place of anxiety or performance. You can only embody them from a place of genuine self-possession. That is the real difference between the 7% and everyone else.